Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you've been here before, if it's your first time, my name is Mima, and let me first start with saying that I know I've kind of been like MIA on YouTube. I think my last video was like posted about a month ago. I just had to get back on track with like a lot of things when I got back to Ghana, so I had to pause on my YouTube. But today's video is actually going to be pretty interesting. Before I start though, let me just say that this is not like a hating video. Please don't take this personally. This is literally just me sharing books that are trending or popular right now, either like on Book Talk, on BookTube, even on Bookstagram, that I know I'll probably never read, and then I'm gonna also tell you guys why. But let me not like be discouraging. If any of these books are on your TBR, please still try to read it. Everyone is different when it comes to books, and if any of these books are your favorite, I'm happy for you. But I just have to share the ones that I know that I will not be reading, and I have no interest in picking up. So I'll be looking at my phone because I had to like make a really huge list of like all these books, and while I was making this video, like I had to like make this list, right? And I just realized that there's so many books out there that are like super popular. I'm always seeing them on like my FYP, especially on TikTok, but I'm just like, I would never read that. But I had to like narrow it down. I might do like a part 2, and then I'm also trying to do like more like more conversation or like topic type of like videos. Obviously today we're talking about popular books that I will never pick up to read, and yeah, we'll probably make it like a type of like episodes. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, probably like yap chat, I don't know, but then it will be the name of it, and then probably like the title will be the discussion of today, like what we're talking about. So without further ado, grab your favorite drink. I've already had like 2 coffees today. I really wanted to get Red Bull for this video because I'm actually craving for one, but my caffeine intake today has exceeded, so I'm not trying to get any more caffeine. I drank loads of water before, so yeah, let's dive right into this video. So the first book, this is actually a series, and I think it might be 5 books in the series. I don't know, but it is the Akatar series. I know that's probably like crazy because everyone I know that's on Book Talk and loves to read has read the Akatar series. They loved it. I never hear anything bad about it, especially like the first book. I just know I will never pick it up because there's too many books in the series. If you guys don't know this about me, is that I tend to like stay away from series because it's like a commitment issue. I'm still like working on it. I feel like 3 books, like a trilogy, is okay. Anything more than 3 is like really huge for me. Like I have to be very committed to the series, and knowing that this is like fantasy, mind you, fantasy is not a genre that like I really gravitate towards. Like I'm not obsessed with fantasy yet, so this would just be like not it for me. And I just know myself, like I know that like these kind of books are not written for me. Like I just know that about myself. And I just won't do it justice. Like I know that there are great things about the book. I only hear great things about it. Everyone is always recommending it, but I just don't think it's for me. We have the second book. This also is a series. It's Fourth Wing. This also is a fantasy, of course. I think the biggest put off about this is because I don't know if it's about, I don't know if Akatar series 2 has like a lot of dragons, but yeah, the Fourth Wing has like a lot of dragons, and I just don't see myself reading about dragons. Like I've never been like a fantasy girl. Like even growing up, I was never watching these like fantasy things. I don't know, I just don't gravitate towards it. And then it's like, I don't know, yeah, I just know that it's not written for people like me. I will probably just like hate on it, and I feel like I've also programmed my mind that like I will not like it, so I'll probably enter it already hating it. But let me just say this, I feel like even if I have programmed my mind, because if I have programmed it, that means that like my mind can change. But I just feel like there's just so many books out there that I'm so interested in, that like I'm very curious about it and I want to start them, than to read a book that I am not like interested in starting. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and then I wrote, I just don't see myself reading. Okay, well, I spoke about the dragons. And yeah, I feel like, and it's a fantasy, I just don't know, yeah, that's all. And then the third is also a series. It's Powerless. I think the main reason about this one is because it's a YA. I didn't even know it was a YA, but that just put me off. On top of that, it's a fantasy, which I have no problem, you know, reading fantasy. It's just not a genre that I'm obsessed with. But I am tapping into the fantasy, like romantasy world, like dark fantasy. I'm very interested in that. I'm very excited to like read, like, you know, more books. I do have some of my TBR and I'm really excited to read those one. But this Powerless one, it's young adult. That's like my biggest put off. So immediately that was like a no for me. And I just knew I was not going to read it because I don't know, I just don't like young adults. I'm not the type of person that enjoys like many like YA books. Mind you, there are like a few horror YA books that I've read that I really liked. I feel like when it comes to like horror or like thriller, I could read YA. But imagine like fantasy already, when it's like adult fantasy, I just don't like gravitate towards to like imagine like young adult fantasy. No, I just Then this one is also a series, but this one is not fantasy, surprisingly. This one is 3 books, and the first one is Things We Never Got Over. I think it's by like Lucy Score or something. Obviously I'll put everything here. Yeah, so this one, because I'm not a huge fan of contemporary romance as well, but I've read a few, especially this year, that I loved so much. But when I saw that like they're all 500 plus pages, I'm just like, no. Like, what do you mean? What does a contemporary romance, mind you, I think it's even like a small town romance, why is it 500 plus pages? Like, I'm sorry, like my attention span when it comes to contemporary romance is very short, and I just don't see myself reading about like a small town. Like, no, I know I will DNF it, so I'm just not even going to try to tap into that. The next one is also romance. It's Binding 13. That's like a series. I know that the new book also came out. I don't know if it's like a 5-book series, or I really don't know. But yeah, I won't be reading that because, mind you, why is it about high schoolers? I didn't even know it was about high schoolers. I was actually interested at first, but when I started hearing that, like, you know, even the numbers like Binding 13, then it's keeping something, I think it's like football numbers or something, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I just don't like the high school setting, especially if it's a romance. And then like reading about high schooler, like, you know, going through trauma and all of that, it's just not my cup of tea. And it's not for me. And then they're also like so lengthy as well, like they're this thick, like it's a lot of pages, and I'm just not interested. And I just know I'm not going to pick up those stories. But then again, please remember, I said this in the beginning, if any of these books are your favorite books, I'm super happy. Like, even write it down in the comments. I'm really not judging anyone for loving these books. Mind you, I can't even hate on them because I haven't read them. I just, you know, I'm just explaining to you why I will never pick these up. The next one is Twilight. Now, this one is not because like I don't like that type of genre. It's just because I've watched all the movies like a long time ago, and I've still like rewatched them like over the years. But I just feel like if I had to read the Twilight series, it would have been like when maybe I was in high school, because I know if I have to read these books now, I would cringe and I will just hate Bella, and I would just hate everyone, because there's so many things like now if I look back at it, I'm like, yeah, these people are dumb. So I just know I'm not going to be reading it. And then we have Harry Potter. So obviously Harry Potter is very popular. It's not today when people have started like, you know, taking like reading as a thing. Like, you know, like reading now is like a cool thing now. But Harry Potter has just never been my type of books. Like I said, growing up, I was never a fantasy like girl. Even when like my friends were reading Harry Potter in middle school and like high school, I was never interested. Even in the movies, mind you, like in my home, we were never allowed to actually watch Harry Potter. I mean, that's like a whole other topic. I don't want to get into that, but like I was never allowed to watch Harry Potter. But I don't even think that it was because I wasn't allowed, because if I wanted to, I would have just done it. But I've just never been interested in watching Harry Potter because I don't know, I was just never interested. So even like now growing up, I think I've watched like the first one, and yeah, even when it ended, I'm not like, oh, I want to watch the second one, I want to watch the third one. No, I could care less. And that's just to tell you that I really don't gravitate towards like fantasy. I love other fantasy, like there's some movies that I've watched that are fantasy that I like, you know, that really piqued my interest, that really that I found really interesting, but Harry Potter is not one of them, and I just know that I will not be reading any of those books. And then we have A Little Life. This book right here, I have been seeing it everywhere, and I know that it is really, really sad, really devastating, and I just know that I don't want to read it because I just don't gravitate towards it because of the premise of it all, like what it's about. And I had to change the lighting because the sun is actually going down, but yeah, I think it looks better like this. Anyway, let's get back into the book that I was talking about, which was A Little Life. And this one, like I said, I think it was because of the content of the book, like the premise of it all. Like I know that there's like a lot of like substance abuse, and I just don't want to read a 500 plus pages book that is literally like all miserable and like heartbreaking. Like why would I read a book that like you don't even see a light of day? I feel like I don't think I'll be able to like stomach it. It's gonna be too much for me, and yeah, I don't think that book is right for me. That's what I say. Like whenever I don't want to read a book, I'll just be like, yeah, I'm not that book's audience. Like it's not for me. And then we have another one. This one is a very like new one. Silver Elite. This one, honestly, the only reason I can give you is because I really don't gravitate towards it. Like this one, apparently it's a dystopian. Yeah, it's a dystopian book, and I'm gonna mention this again. I have way too many books on my TBR, like on my shelf looking at me, and so many on my like GOODREADS that I want to read, for me to pick up a book that I am not obsessed or like that I'm not interested in reading. Like let me read all those books that I'm interested in first, and then I can think of reading maybe a book that like, oh, but even then, like I don't think that's ever going to happen. Anyway, the next one is a series. This one is the Shatter Me series, I think that's what I call it. I'll put it up here, obviously. This one I think is like a mini books, like maybe like 5 to 6 books, and it's YA. Like there's, first of all, there's too many books. You already know like my commitment issues when it comes to series, like following series. And it's YA, like no, it's not for me. And then we have this one, I don't know how to pronounce it. In French I would say cirque, but I don't know, Circe, yeah. Anyway, I'm not a fan of Greek myth. I'm just not someone, you see, this is like, there's a theme here. Like I'm not like, I feel like Greek myth also has a mix of like fantasy element, because it's not like, it's not real. Like I love books that are urban, like it's in my world, like it's in my world, but it's fiction. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then we have Better Than the Movies. This one was because it's a YA. Again, like, why is it YA? Because it's a like romantic comedy. I don't know, I just feel like when it comes to romance, I get an eek if it's YA. I can read, like I said, a thriller or a horror when it is YA, because I read like, you know, some before and I really liked it. I think the last YA horror I read, I think it's called White House or something. It's by Tiffany D. Jackson. I'm gonna put it up here. Yeah, I really like that one. I think I even gave it like a 4.5. I don't know, but I like her writing, because that's not the only book I read by her. And yeah, so I think that's all for today, because these are all the books that I have on my list. And yeah, let me know if you guys liked or enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it, my bad, like I'm fumbling, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you've ever read any of these books, if you loved it, if you didn't like it. If you have anything to comment on, please comment. I love like reading you guys' comments. And then if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And then yeah, also comment down below if like there's any other like topic ideas that you guys would want to, you know, hear from me. Like I said, I want to make this into like an episode thing where it's like just me yapping about different things, obviously all things bookish, because my channel is a booktube. But yeah, let me know if anything. I'm definitely like going to be like doing these like more often. I'm gonna try to post at least like twice in a month. I don't want to say every week, because yeah, that's a lot for me, but like let's say like every month, and having like different type of topics. But yeah, let me know. Oh, also comment down below what books you would never pick up that are pretty popular, if there's any. That would be really cool. Yeah, but that's all for today. Bye.